Honorable people do honorable things, and criminals are not honorable people. So why would they automatically become an honorable person when they're about to get 25 years or 10 years? It makes zero sense whatsoever. You are going to continue to be this dishonorable person when you go down for a crime that could get you some real time. You throw somebody else under the bus. You know why? Because you cannot buy anything with street credibility. This is a public service announcement about snitching. Why do people snitch? It's a very simple answer. It is called self-preservation. Self-preservation. Self. When you are thinking about self. Most of us prioritize our own health and well-being. Most of us. And so there is this idea that criminals will not prioritize their own best interest in order to maintain some level of street credibility, right? There's this idea that criminals think about their fellow criminal before thinking about themselves. That is untrue. I worked in law enforcement for 14 years. You either get snitched on or you tell on yourself. That's it. That's how people go down for crimes. You tell on yourself or you get told on. Telling on yourself can be, you can tell on yourself in a number of ways. You can do a crime without a mask. You can be on camera, right? There's a lot of ways that you can tell on yourself. You can have a cell phone that's pinging. There's a lot of ways you can tell on yourself, leaving evidence, right? Or you can get told on. Why do people decide, hey, I'm just gonna tell? Well, you have to think about the mindset of a criminal. Let's think about that. This person has never cared about anybody other than themselves. You out here robbing, you out here stealing, you out here killing, you're out here scamming. The criminal is not an honorable person. There is nothing honorable about being a criminal, right? It's not an honorable thing. So when said criminal is facing a lot of time, why would he then become an honorable person? Think about that. Think about that. If you have lived a life of crime, victimizing people, why would you then do the right thing when your life is on the line? It makes zero sense whatsoever. You have always gotten over on people for personal gain. So if you did something along with your boy, right, y'all both are guilty of sin, why wouldn't you do some more janky shit and throw him under the bus? You've been doing janky shit your whole life. So this idea that people don't snitch, or people have been snitching since snitching been snitching. They all telling on each other. And it's actually acceptable, right? There's people walking around in all these hoods is Bloods and Crips that done told on each other. And they still good in the hood. I'm telling you. I was in law enforcement for 14 years. I done seen it all, okay? So, again, honorable people do honorable things, and criminals are not honorable people. So why would they automatically become an honorable person when they're about to get 25 years or 10 years? It makes zero sense whatsoever. You are going to continue to be this dishonorable person when you go down for a crime that could get you some real time. You throw somebody else under the bus. You know why? Because you cannot buy anything with street credibility. You can't go into the grocery store with street credibility. No, no. You can't buy a car. You can't buy a house. You can't buy anything with street credibility. So all of these little minions and internet dweebs who are running around talking about snitching this and snitching that, they are not going to give you any money to take care of yourself. Everybody in the hood, in the hood, that'll let you know right there. Ain't nobody got no money. The hell, why are you in the hood if you got real money? Come on now. Everybody, they all gonna tell. Everybody's gonna snitch, right? And for the ones that don't, what is the consolation prize? You do your time, and then you get out, and when you get out, the consolation prize is you didn't snitch. So you get to walk around in that same hood with your head high, bragging about keeping it solid, right? I'm not a criminal. I'm not in that world. So I ain't got to worry about keeping it solid with anybody because I don't do crimes, right? I don't got to worry about none of that. But when people come out after doing 25 years, 30 years, they say, I did my time. People come out of jail talking about they did their time, man. I'm not knocking people for doing their time, because if you're an accountable person and you are being held accountable for your actions, then you're gonna take your punishment and you're gonna come out and say, I did it and I did my time. But most people are selfish, and most people are self-centered, and most people would rather be eating steaks, would rather be laid up next to a woman than laid up in a cell. I'm just saying, there should be no surprises when people snitch, because criminals are not honorable people and they don't do honorable things, right? Remember that. Criminals are not honorable and they don't do honorable things. So when it's time for them to go and do some prison time, if they can figure out a way to get out of that, most will do what's in their best interest, and they gonna tell, because you can't buy anything with street credit. PBM, vegetables and junk food. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.